Chapter 11. Down the Rabbit Hole. Doug Weapon sat hunched over his desk, bathed in the dim glow of his monitor. The coffee in his mug had long gone cold, but he didn't care. He was already too deep, his fingers clicking away, his eyes darting across the screen as he sifted through articles, forums, and half-buried government PDFs. The Bahama Anomaly. It had started with a simple search. Bahama Anomaly, plus archaeology, nothing but mainstream news blurbs. Bahama Anomaly, plus ancient ruins. A few speculative pieces, most of them written by bored bloggers trying to cash in on the mystery before it was inevitably debunked. Bahama Anomaly plus suppressed history. Now things got interesting. Doug clicked a link to a barely formatted WordPress blog, black background, neon green text. The kind of site that looked like it hadn't been updated since dial-up. What they don't want you to know about the Bahama Anomaly, classic. He scanned the post. Most of it was garbage, references to Atlantis, aliens, and some nonsense about the Bermuda Triangle being a temporal distortion field. But buried in the ranting was something that caught his eye. This isn't the first time we've seen this. There were similar findings in the Pacific back in '68, but those reports vanished overnight. Same thing happened in the Aegean in 1993. Every time, the initial buzz gets buried under natural formations or sensor errors. Ask yourself, why? Doug exhaled, running a hand through his hair. He didn't want to go down this road. It was one thing to be curious. It was another to start sounding like those basement-dwelling lunatics who thought the moon landing was fake and that reptilian overlords ran the world. But damn it, the pattern was there. He minimized the window and pulled up Reddit. Our conspiracy was the usual mess, half speculation, half blatant nonsense. But our ancient civilizations had some real discussions. He searched Bahama Anomaly and found a thread already gaining traction. They found something. Bet on it, you Pillar E3. This isn't a glitch. The formation is too symmetrical, too structured. If it was just an anomaly, why the media blackout? Compare this with side-scan sonar anomalies found off the coast of Japan in the 1980s. Shut down, dismissed, forgotten. This is the same playbook. Doug hesitated before clicking the user's profile. Pillar 83. Sounded familiar. Where had he seen that name before? The deeper web. Doug took a breath and pulled up 4chan's paranormal board. He hated this place. But it had its uses. Half the posts were garbage. The other half were buried gold. A thread caught his eye. Bahama Anomaly is not new. Ask me anything. Anonymous ID, D4DKT9R. Doug clicked. The OP claimed to be an ex-NOAA employee. Said he'd seen raw sonar images before they were adjusted for public release. According to him, the anomaly wasn't just a formation. It was structured. Think more Yonaguni, less random rock pile. The thing has corridors, chambers, and if the preliminary readings are accurate, metal. Not modern, but old. Really old. Doug's heartbeat quickened. This was getting crazy. But before he could take a screenshot, the thread disappeared. 404. Gone. Doug leaned back, his skin prickling. Was that normal? Sure. Threads got nuked all the time. Mods didn't like anything that smelled like a LARP. But still, he had to know more. Doug flicked over to YouTube and typed in Bahama Anomaly plus Y files. The Y files was always a good starting point. The host, AJ, had a way of breaking things down, sifting through the lunacy and laying out just enough truth to make it all plausible. Doug clicked play. The intro music kicked in, followed by AJ's usual smirk. Okay, so let's talk about the Bahama Anomaly. Is it just another underwater rock formation? Or is it part of a global cover-up to suppress evidence of a pre-Diluvian civilization? Let's dive in. Doug chuckled despite himself. But as the video progressed, his amusement faded. AJ cross-referenced Plato's Atlantis, Graham Hancock's submerged cities theory, and the odd coincidences surrounding discoveries that vanished overnight. Doug felt a pit form in his stomach. He wanted to believe this was all just fringe speculation, but damn it, there were too many breadcrumbs. He grabbed his phone, his finger hovering over Miranda's contact. Should he tell her? Would she even take him seriously? Doug Weapon prided himself on being a rational guy, a skeptic. But as he stared at his screen, at the evidence piling up, he realized something. The moment he told someone, he was officially one of those guys. The kind of guy who whispered about lost civilizations and covered up discoveries. A conspiracy nut, a lunatic. Doug exhaled, setting the phone down. Not yet. Not until he had more.